This video contains minor spoilers for the first Drakengard and the first NieR game, so if you'd rather know nothing about those games whatsoever, especially in regards to Drakengard's ending, I would advise that you do not watch this video any further. But if not, then let's get into it. Nomura has made it quite clear that the next Kingdom Hearts game will most likely be announced, if not released, in 2022. Now there's many speculations about what that game will be. Some are thinking it's going to be a Kairi game where she's training with Aqua, some think it's going to be a game where Mickey is in Scarlet Asylum, some think it might be a Riku game with him being in Quadratum, and some think it might just actually be a Verum Rex game. Now I can't say for sure what exactly we're going to get next, but if I personally had to give what I hope and what I'd like to think would be next, it would be a Verum Rex game. I'd think of it somewhat in the vein of what we've seen with Birth by Sleep, for example. In Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, we got a secret boss battle and a secret ending that foreshadowed what the next game would be. And little did we know that our opponent in that battle would end up being one of the protagonists for the next game. And little did we know that that same game would also be a prequel to the first Kingdom Hearts. Now, I would really like it personally if we had something similar to Birth by Sleep, especially because Birth by Sleep is one of my favourite Kingdom Hearts games, but I really would like if we had something similar for Verum Rex. A game where we can play as Yozora, learn his origins and follow his path and discover just by the end of his game what exactly his aim is and how exactly he connects with the world of Kingdom Hearts. Of course, I don't know whether or not this game would be called Verum Rex or not. It'd be easy to assume it would be, considering there's an actual game in the Toy Story world called Verum Rex and it literally says that Square Enix made the game. But that's just the title I'm using as a placeholder because I'm not actually sure what they'd call the game. In regards to this specific topic though, the reason why I ask would Verum Rex get the NieR treatment is because if you know anything about the roots of the NieR series, then you'll know that NieR is a spin-off from the Drakengard franchise. In Drakengard, one of the endings in the game led to the birth of the first NieR game, which now has become a series unto itself, taking on its own identity and tone. Verum Rex is clearly not going to be exactly the same as Kingdom Hearts in terms of its tone and its identity, and yet it's got a very clear connection to it. I'm wondering, could that be the start of a new Square series? I know I'm not the first person to ask this question, but I would imagine that if we do get a Verum Rex game and it turns out to be quite popular, then Square might be inclined to continue it as its own thing. Also, it would be a nice reversal of how worlds and series featured in Kingdom Hearts usually work. Like, usually we have these Disney worlds that are already their own established thing and just featuring Kingdom Hearts, or we have the Final Fantasy characters who come from worlds and games that are already well known and popular and again just featuring Kingdom Hearts. It would be cool if we had a sort of reversal of that, and rather than Verum Rex being an established title that just happens to feature in Kingdom Hearts, it would be a new title that would become established because of Kingdom Hearts. If Verum Rex were to become its own thing, it would undoubtedly attract an audience that may not actually care so much for its Kingdom Hearts roots, just as NieR Automata, for example, attracted people who don't care for its Drakengard roots. I guess an even more similar kind of situation would be if one of the two endings that we got from Remind actually turned into its own game, like the bad ending, for example. I mean, I'm not sure that's likely to be the case, but as I say, it did happen with Drakengard, so it'd be very interesting if they did do something like that with the endings, especially because we're still quite confused as to which one is canon. I'm still pretty much going with the idea that I think somehow they're both going to be important, but we'll have to just wait and see, I guess, in 2022. If NieR is proof of anything, it's that having a spin-off blossom into its own thing can lead to something that is just as beloved as the series it sprang from, and sometimes even more so. But anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it's possible that Verum Rex will be its own game? Do you think that it could be a spin-off from Kingdom Hearts that eventually blossoms and sprouts into its own thing and actually becomes its own Square series? And also, would you like to see Verum Rex as the next game, or would you prefer it was a Kairi game, or maybe Mickey running around on Scarlet Asylum? Let me know in the comments below what exactly it is you think. I'm still quite a small channel guys, so I appreciate all the support that you offer, whether that be through your likes or your comments. And of course, if you enjoyed the content and would like to see more of it, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you're notified when I'm dropping new videos. My name has been NextGenNovelist, and that's all I've got to say, and I'm out. Peace.